Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Wednesday, May the 9th, and this is the market overview looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, SLV, and all those other suckers that we look at. Alright, another nasty, terrible day for the Bulls, and absolutely incredible for the Bears. Very interesting, all kinds of ominous signs. We were thinking that we were due for a bounce yesterday, and it didn't happen. It bounced after it dropped almost 200 points. So that certainly is not a success. And we have an even larger, body-wise, hammer today on the Dow, getting pretty darn close to its previous low, and boy, the way things are going, it could peak below it tomorrow, could close below it tomorrow. Man, people are just running for the exits, and whew, pretty crazy. Alright, down 97 points today. Where we are on all of the indicators? Well, 14-day RSI moving average is ticking up. The fast is moving with it. The slow has not turned. Just hasn't turned. CCI down, RSI down, histogram down, MACD down. Ugly looking chart. Even closer to the lower Bollinger Band. Closing below the lower price consensus level for this month. Bad signs all around. We have the complete cross now of the middle Bollinger Band above everything. Yeah, it looks really bad. 60-minute time frame. I mean, yesterday we were due for a bounce. Didn't get it. We got it after 200 points down. And what about... Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. What about now? Well, the 14-day RSI moving average is moving up. We have mixed stochastics at the end of the day today, not as good as at the end of the day yesterday. We're pointing down on the CCI at the end of today, not as good as yesterday. And we're pointing down on the RSI at the end of today, not as good as yesterday. And the MACD histogram slight tick down at the end of the day, not as good as yesterday. But at least we have a bullish cross with the MACD. Wow. Real impressive, right? We have some slight differences. We have more positive divergence in the MACD histogram. It hasn't meant to jack yet. We have more positive divergence in the RSI. Doesn't mean anything yet. More positive divergence in the stochastics. Doesn't mean anything yet. And now, what we didn't have yesterday is we have positive divergence in the CCI. Does that mean that now, finally, once we have positive divergences on everything, that it's going to have its bounce? Won't know till tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be another 100-point gap down, 200-point gap down, 1,000-point gap down, whatever it decides to be. We can see that the middle Bollinger Band is attempting a cross. Could be just denied, just like back here with a big gap down. So not too much to read into that. And we haven't done any kiss of the long-term moving average bar in the 60-minute time frame. That would be just over 100 points to the upside. Can we get 100 points to the upside tomorrow? Hey, that would be great. Maybe it would break this cycle, but we don't have any signs of that yet. And the 60-minute time period is not as positive as it was yesterday at the close. So that is what it is. SPX, any difference? Well, yes, sort of. The low of today hit the real candle of the previous low way back here. And not the tail, not the bottom of the tail, but the real candle. And closed below the lower price consensus level. Big hammer, possible reversal signal. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, fast stochastic ticking up, slow stochastic not rolling over yet. Down on the CCI, sideways on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Overall, ugly looking chart. Potential for a bounce, but we have to have a tick up in the MACD histogram. It's as simple as that. And are we going to get that tomorrow? Your guess is as good as mine. 60-minute time frame. Is this crappy looking like the Dow in the 60-minute time frame? Yep. Slight sloping down in the MACD histogram. The MACD itself going sideways, bullish cross, but going sideways, not pointing up. Slight down on the RSI, mixed on the stochastics, up on the 14-day RSI moving average, down on the CCI. But like the Dow, we now have positive divergence in all of the secondaries. All of them. Is that going to mean anything tomorrow? Don't know. Middle Bollinger Band trying to get its cross, and that could just be tossed away just like back here. So be waiting and watching, and ugly. Comp Q, the NASDAQ. Oh, at least it's a green body today. Yeah, it's lower. Fat body spinning top. 14-day RSI moving average. Oof. Another tick down. It was going sideways, another tick down. Stochastics mixed, fast pointing up, slow pointing down. CCI is ticking up, RSI is ticking up, down on the histogram, down on the MACD, and what did it do today? It hit the bottom of the tail of the previous low. Just like I didn't show this on the Dow and the SPX, if that is taken out, if it's broken, could be a peak below, could be a close below, massively bearish. And what is there to stop it after here? Oof, way down here. Matter of fact, I need to go back to the SPX really fast and show this, which is you know, from the high to the low here, just over 50 points since we started this down move. Yeah, at its low, just over 50 points. If we break this this low back here, what's the next thing to stop it? That's way down here at 1300, which essentially means that if this is a really big correction, we have only moved half of the way. So and if you get down to 1300, you might as well count it as the 200-day moving average, which is, I'm just going to call it 1275, in which case we are just not quite halfway through the entire move. Could it do that in just one giant waterfall? I don't think so, but we've had a whole bunch of red already, 50 points without stopping, and another 50 points without stopping. Could it be done? It's unlikely, but yeah, it could be done. So ugly. Hopefully the bounce will come tomorrow. Hopefully this previous resistance will do something to it, but everyone is running. Back to the Comp Q. We're at that previous low now, tagged it, backed away from it. This is second day it has touched it. Secondaries don't look good. CCI and RSI ticking up, but other than that, not great. 60-minute time frame. At least this is nicer. It's closer to the high of yesterday. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. CCI up, RSI sideways, histogram pretty darn mixed. Up on the MACD, and so this actually looks much better than the Dow and SPX. Can it lead it out of the mess? Yeah, that would be nice. And breaking this high and this high, not very far. If we had a actual positive day, we could break all of these highs and then attempt to go up here for a gap fill, but very negative market. TNA. Talking about how it peaked below the previous low. It's actually been hit twice. And it did so again today, actually gapping down and opening below it. But it was able to close above it. It did peak below it again. Big, fat, spinning top. Hitting the lower Bollinger Band, backing away from it. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up on the fast stochastic, down on the slow, up on the CCI, up sideways on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Not an attractive chart either, but at least it's a little better than the Dow and SPX. 60-minute time frame, much more similar to the NASDAQ, very close to the previous peaks. Stochastics mixed, 14-day RSI moving average moving up on the CCI, slightly down on the RSI, mixed on the MACD histogram mixed, and the MACD ticking up. I guess the hope is going to be in the NASDAQ and TNA. So hopefully something good will happen. That would be really nice. Not UUP. XOY. Oil. Yesterday we were saying about the possibility of a bounce because we had a nice hammer candle and close to the lower Bollinger Band. Well, now we have closed right at the lower Bollinger Band, spinning top, red candle, 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, stochastics mixed, attempting a turn, down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD, bearish cross. What is there to say beyond that it looks horrible? We're still look at that. That's interesting. We tagged the bottom of the real candle of a previous low today. Backed away from it slightly. Is this going to be enough to catch it, make it bounce? I hope so. But we're not going to know until tomorrow. Bah. UUP, the dollar. You know what? I missed the VIX. I'll go back to the VIX right after this. Big update for the dollar once again. Euro being below 1.3. Spinning top outside the upper Bollinger Band. Should go sideways or down tomorrow. Guess we can't really count on that. And it barely peaked above this previous high. It is bullish. 14-day RSI moving average now trying to reverse, ticking up, staying in this flat line, not telling us much. Stochastics high, attempting to turn. The slow has not done so yet. CCI massively high. RSI ticking up, MACD histogram ticking up, MACD ticking up. Not bad except for its positioning, but it did some really fantastic technical damage today. So even if we reverse, this new high should be retested at some point. But wow. VIX. Ooh. My oh my. Big fat spinning top. Actually, it's not even a fat body. Closing just below the upper Bollinger Band. Closing just below the upper price consensus level. Peaking above 2 of the previous highs. Breaking them. There is this one still left. Could it be taken out easily tomorrow? Yep, it could. And 14-day RSI moving average still moving down. Stochastics mixed. Slow has not turned. Very high on the CCI, on the RSI, on the histogram, and the MACD. These are all ticking up. Beyond this, what is interesting about the VIX chart? Well, let's say, for instance, that today was a peak, which it may or may not be. We would have negative divergence on the CCI. We would have negative divergence on the stochastics if they turn around. We would have negative divergence on the RSI. and on the MACD histogram. So just something to ponder, and we'll see if that comes to pass or not. And it closed above 20, so another good sign for the bears, not for the bulls. FXE. At the lower Bollinger Band once again, and gap down, and is totally below it today. Spinning top. 14-day RSI moving average taking down. Stochastics holding down. Down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Ugly looking chart. Only saving grace is being outside the lower Bollinger Band. Is it near anything to catch it? Nope. It broke everything. The next floor for this is down here at less than 126. Wow. And the way things are moving, the way that the talking heads are talking, you would think that it's a foregone conclusion that it will get there. But we shall see. GLD. Oof. Slammed. Big day on the dollar, and not closing at the highs on the VIX, and so down it goes, spinning top, way outside the lower Bollinger Band, down on the 14-day RSI moving average, down on the stochastics, down on the RSI, up on the CCI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Is there anything to catch gold? Nope. Could go in for a gap fill back here. Previous floor down here just above 148. Ugly. SLV. More ugliness. Coming in almost with this previous low. Outside the lower Bollinger Band. Down on the 14-day RSI moving average. Stochastics mixed. Low. Sideways on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Ugly chart. Ugly chart. How about Apple? Oh, finally, a chart that doesn't look too horrible. Up slightly. Very nice. Up a dollar. Big deal, right? Down on the 14-day RSI moving average, stochastics mixed, up on the CCI, up on the RSI, up on the histogram, down on the MACD. Much, much better. I mean, it doesn't look great, but definitely much better. Yeah, 60-bit time frame. Maybe this could lift the markets if it was positioned good. Well, we can see that we broke previous highs from the last couple of days. Stochastics are rolling over. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. Sideways on the CCI, slightly up on the RSI. Histogram starting to roll over. MACD going sideways. Not really attractive in the 60-minute time frame. Can't count on Apple to save the day tomorrow. How about GE? Try to get a better read on the Dow, since GE should lead. Coming in and kissing the bottom of the real candle from the previous low, bouncing off of it. Still above the lower price consensus level, just above the lower Bollinger Band. Hammer. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. Fast stochastic moving with it. Slow has not turned. CCI down, RSI down, histogram down, MACD down. More bad than good. But at least it's at a place where maybe it can catch a break. If it doesn't, then 1830. 60-minute time frame. Can we count on GE helping out the Dow? Well, we're nowhere near any of the previous highs, so busting them out easy. Nope. 14-day RSI moving average going sideways. Stochastics mixed, not a good sign. Up on the CCI, down on the RSI. Histogram is still sloping up, and the MACD is pointing up. I would say more good than bad, but certainly not something that's going to move the markets all by itself. XLF, the financials. This isn't good either. Making a new recent low. Spinning top right at the lower Bollinger Band. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. Stochastics mixed. Fast ticking up slightly. Slow still pointing down. Down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Not too much to really help at this moment. 60-minute time frame. Is it positioned for a move up? 14-day RSI moving average climbing. Stochastics mixed. Down on the CCI, down on the RSI, down on the histogram. Sideways on the MACD. Not good positioning with the candles. Does not appear to be in any hurry to go up and kiss the long-term moving average bar. Not attractive. There has to be something, right? Starbucks. We have this new recently made low from yesterday, 53. Should be retested at some point. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics mixed but low, or actually both pointing up but low. Not doing anything for us. Up on the CCI, up on the RSI, down on the histogram, down on the MACD. Inverse hammer. 60-minute time frame. $14-day RSI moving average ticking up, stochastics mix, CCI up, RSI up, histogram down slightly, MACD losing some steam, still pointing up. This one's not so bad. It's still halfway up from the bottom of the day, and not really encouraging, but not as bad as some of the others. Nope. And anything else? Oh, VXX. With all of this, VXX should look great, right? How about that? Tank the market, and VXX, which is what the traders can use to try to make some money. Pathetic. Spinning top is not close to a previous high. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics mixed. Up on the CCI, up on the RSI, up on the histogram, up on the MACD. Pretty weak if you ask me. 60-minute time frame. At least it's doing higher highs. Does it have enough juice to do another higher high? 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics pretty mixed. Up on the CCI, up on the RSI, up on the MACD histogram, and sideways on the MACD. If everything turns around and goes back up, I suppose it could do it. Not overly encouraging at the moment. Certainly could be setting up for a negative divergence essentially everywhere. And I think that that's going to be about it for tonight. So, disappointing. Is it the end of the world? Not yet. The Greeks could see to that, though. And that's it. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.